Happy Monday. Hopefully, all is well. I knew they were going to start as soon as I started because these people get up and they move when I move, just like that. They move when I move, and it's just like that. They are tuned into my lights, they are tuned into my algorithm, and they definitely are scheduled when the hell I move, right? So I do have that much control over the minions. Yes, I live rent free in a couple people's heads. All right, I'm going to start charging you for my presence. Oh boy, how was your weekend? Hopefully it was great. I'm listening to the birds chatter. So there's a lot of communication going on right now as to try to stop me. It's Monday, and of course, I did let the cat out of the bag, and people are butthurt. They're a bit offended. I wasn't supposed to get this far into the information or into my messages, and God forbid I still have downloads, right? But we're still here, right? I'm still learning. I'm still working with my collective team because we are trying to get to the bottom of it, and we're trying to correct some things. We're trying to get some straightening out here in these streets. However, I did hear something curious, very curious. And you know what? I don't know what's going on, but the minute my nail feels better, everybody's beefing with the Asian people now. Okay? So it's like I'm just going to chill and keep doing what I'm doing because it seems like there's a domino effect. All the communities are going through their little things that they're going through, but all of it is in correlation. Everything is connected, right? So sometimes you got to sit to the side and wait till things clear up. You got to just worry about yourself, right? Because you don't know what you got yourself into. You don't know what somebody put you in. So sometimes you got to let some things shake until you understand, right? So patience is a virtue. For a lot of us, we have to have the temperance. Not only as we're finding things out, we have to have temperance while we know it, right? Because moving too fast will definitely not go in your favor. So you definitely have to give yourself a bit of pause and think, right? Thinking never hurt anyone. It's the lack thereof that does hurt you, being impulsive, moving without giving consideration to all the facts, right? So this morning, for instance, I saw a thumbnail and it was saying that there was a curator out here that's basically a leader in the Muslim community, and he is basically saying through law or whatever law he has come up with in his mind that a woman could be consumed if she's come under some contract with a man. However, man is in both words, woman and man, right? So to say that any one soul has a right to consume another soul is blasphemy because only God is here to curate and give souls, and he you cannot take nothing away that was not given. So to have another man on this earth, on this plane, in my face, bleeding just like me, breathing just like me, tell me they have more right to my soul than me. It's crazy. It's blasphemous. And it's downright kooky, right? It's kooky. I'm going to tell you why it's kooky. It's because, in the same breath that, yes, you may be able to hurt me, hurt my life, you can never consume my life. To consume my life would mean that you would have to be an empty vessel and I would have to occupy your now vessel, right? So it sounds very stupid to go forward with such thoughts. And the problem is everybody gets a chance to speak, and we all have free will on what we choose to believe. However silly and outrageous and egregious it is, people have the right to talk. But the issue comes when people start to believe in things that are dangerous to society, it's dangerous to your mind, it's dangerous to the environment to even spew such a thing. Because you're saying this, and what would not a smart person would hear this and hear this as a threat. So you want to have masses of men listen to this type of rhetoric, and you don't think that masses of women will not ping and get a danger signal and not say we have to do something to counteract this. And to think that one is more dangerous than the other is also arrogance. See, this is the thing. You might be strong men, but you have to grow strong. And 9 times out of 10, you have to grow strong by our hands, by our will. We have to be willing to birth you. We have to be willing to feed you. We also have to be willing to rear your children while you're out spewing more poison to more masses. You understand? So, in the way in which I look at mother and son when I go to the Asian spot that I go to, and I think about the fact that I'm eating the chicken and the egg at the same time. You see how that works? Y'all gotta chill. Okay? Y'all not being fair, and you want fairness to come to you. You want favor, but you want to take favor away. One does not work without the other. So I'm just trying to get to where you guys are, where this all happens, where the Big Bang Theory comes up, to where you guys spew these things out and don't think that there are repercussions in it. And I did see something, and it was funny because it said, you are guaranteed freedom of speech, but you are not guaranteed freedom after such a speech. And that is so true in so many ways, because there are things called law, there's Murphy law, there's universal law. And in order for us to get along on this rock called Earth, we have to adhere to some of it, okay? It makes things work a little bit better. And when you're making things up unfairly for the same portal in which you need a lot of manifestation to come through, yeah, your lineage, the new people, the next generation, y'all too quick. Y'all too quick to try to put a noose on something that's supposed to be everlasting, ever giving. So hold that thought in your heads, right? We are the perennial flower. We are the flower that you have to keep, that keeps growing after germination, after seed. However, the seed has to sprout in the first place. Now you have to pay attention. Those of you who don't have children, who haven't had a great rearing, how is it that you forget that the same woman who may or may not have a father shares the same exact fate as you? You may or may not have a father. And your father might not have liked your mother, but there's a very good chance your father did not like or want you. And that's a reality you need to take heed to as a man. There's only like a few moments in between you becoming the very man that left you and hated you and your mother. And to keep recycling this, it's tearing the world apart. It doesn't matter the skin color. It's just, however, the hierarchy just made some forget that they came from deadbeat dads too. And they're running around with the hugest father wounds ever, because they were able to place those wounds on a different demographic. And everybody does it. They go to different cultures, and they pick what they want, and they pedestal some parts and they trash the other part. And it happens through all generations. And unfortunately, religion is the weapon in which a lot of them use in order to trap people in such rhetoric while practicing a lot of hypocrisy behind closed doors. So please consider, the world is round for a reason. Your eyes are round for a reason. The orbs is something shines in the back of them, right? And that is how sight is. You need to be able to see roundabout because a lot of you have blinded yourself. You think because you have a peripheral and you think because you have a mirror that you don't need to see through the whole entire thing. And my dear, you've definitely breadcrumbed yourself. And you've arrogantly opened your mouth and you've not one complete thought. Not one complete thought. However, you did take the time to complete the moment, but that thought was definitely incomplete, incongruent, and fragmented at best. And I'm putting it lightly, okay? For those of you who know, you know. For those of you who've mastered, it's a bit annoying, especially knowing that any moment, even for me, that we could lie on that hypocrisy line, and we need to have the discernment to get off of it. For a lot of men, they say they want a soft life, not understanding that the soft life for them is the same soft life for us. Let me explain. The soft life for men is to just be told what to do, to not even have to think, to just be given the resources and able to commit the action without having to seek out resources. That is a soft life for a man. As we see, they like it when we already have food. They like it when we already have kids. They like it when we already have a house. They like it when we have a washing machine. They like it when we can cook. I'll say the quiet part out loud. They like it when we can already fuck. And the same people that say that they like it when we already have things are upset when we have them and they can't control them. So, indeed, a soft life for a man is just to show up and be told what to do. However, they will get pissed off at being told what to do, but they don't want to go and get the things. And in the same guidance, us women, because y'all want us to already have these things, we're trying to figure out, excuse me, why y'all hating on our soft life. Isn't that what you wanted for us? You want us to sit there, be there. You don't want us to think. You don't want us to say anything. So our soft life is exactly the soft life that you want. But somebody still has to provide and have things. Not unless we're just going to sit there and make love on rocks and feed the kids rocks and lay on rocks and spin rocks. So you see that caveman thinking won't really work unless someone goes out and gets something. So either you come with something or I have to come with something. And somebody has to listen. So wouldn't it be fair if both of us had things? And maybe we wouldn't have to talk so much if things were more automatic. Like if you knew you wanted something to drink, then you'd provide it or make it or go get it. And for me as well. So then we really wouldn't have to go back and forth now, would we? I mean, we all want a soft life. We all want to go about our ways, gallivanting and doing the things that we please, right? But we all need resources to do them. And the same people wanting you to shut up and provide are the same people who are supposed to shut up and provide. So one cancels out the other. So then that means that all of you are systematically gay because you want the soft life. True. You just don't want a woman to be in control of it, but you would like her to provide it. So you want her to be your man. And God forbid she does that well, because now you don't want her because she's a man now. So you're still gay. Was it really us who don't know what they want? Or are you just still trying to confuse over and over again because you want a soft life? You don't want to be a provider. You want vision. You don't want anybody to say anything to you. I don't get it. Do you? Do you? I'm ultra confused. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just trying to get some clarity, right? Because everybody wants the soft life. And the only way to have a soft life is to live less hard. So, why are you making things difficult? Is it so you could go in front of other people who want the exact same thing that you want so that you could brag about it, so that they could abandon their stations in pursuance of your station, which would indeed make it even harder because now you've advertised the very thing that everybody covets. So now you want everybody chasing down your stage, but you say life is hard, but you advertised it. So you have indeed invited competition. Hmm. And then, if you should ruin it by saying that, oh, life is horrible over here and horrible and terrible over here, then that means that you should be the one chasing someone else's stage. You see how the confusion in the games and the crisscross happened there? You want everybody to see, but you don't want everybody to see. You want the same thing, but you don't want the same thing. It's so confusing. It's because you keep going out and trying to toot your beliefs on everybody else when the only one that needs to really believe in what you believe in is you. Do you really believe in it? And this is why I say I don't believe in God. I know God because God is undoubtedly still secure. He's one and the same, and I try to get to him every single day, all the time. I'm sure he's annoyed with me because you guys have confused me so much. There's only one answer that I can go with, and that's his because it's consistent. It doesn't confuse me, and it doesn't cause further mistakes in my life. And it allows me to live the soft life. And it also allows me to provide. It also allows me to protect. It also keeps me safe. And my safety is my comfort. So, really, maybe it's you that made it hard. A soft life is attainable if you could just shut up and act on it. But you tell yourself you have to advertise, advertise, advertise. Everything I've ever enjoyed in my life, I've kept quiet. The only time I haven't enjoyed it is when someone bared witness and decided that they wanted to go and publish it amongst the people. So maybe that's a page you should take. Maybe you'll enjoy life a lot more. All right, let's get on to the scripture. Because I did write down some notes, right? And I'm about to pop my stuff. Yes, I am. Oh, you thought this was going to be nice and easy. No, baby, we like it rough. All right, Ike. All right, Ike. All right, Ike. Big wheels keep on burning, burning. Proud maybe keep on turning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. Rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. Do 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 do. Dun it dun dun it dun dun it dun 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 dun. You walk the around in the city, walk night and day. But I never lost a little bit of sleep, cause I worry about the way things might have been. Woo! All right. That was my Tina Turner break. Cause it's serious out here. When you out here, you trying to do the best you can, and you have so much to give the world, and you realize that the world, once they realize you have something to give, that they'll take endlessly from you. And you have to be strong enough to know when to pull back. We definitely have to use our discernment for that. Okay, YouTube, I don't know who's tripping. I don't know who's trying to shadow ban me, but you can go because you're not bigger than the program, and that ain't come from me. Okay, I was told to tell you you're not bigger than the program, especially with the way your ancestors set up, right? Okay. So I'm gonna just let you know. I'm the bridge. I'm a big bridge because I come from a family that has so many facets to it. I am definitely connected to just about every culture, every culture that this earth has to offer, right? And this is why I have to be patient when it comes to love, because I have to actually wait out for someone who is just as connected as me. So this is why you can't see me and I can't see you. This is why things have to be the way that they are. I cannot just be with just anyone because I've navigated the roughest paths for a reason. And now that I see these things weren't done to me, even though that was the original plan, they are now being done for me. So any weapon formed may form. Prosper, I don't know. But I like to see what they look like. I love to see the little spikes and the spines and the little different ways that you guys come up because everybody's so creative. Everybody's so gosh darn creative. They are. I love to see the mind stretch. So it's amazing to me that I could inspire you to flex a little bit, hold off on those aneurysms. All right. Hold on. All right. So let's get on with it. See what the day has to offer, because the day will offer me something. I just don't know what yet. And that is okay. That is okay. That is okay. What it was that I wanted to read to you all this morning. This is what I wanted to read to you all this morning. Are you ready? Are you ready? Plead my cause, O Lord, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and stand up for mine help. Draw out also the spear, and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. Let them be as a chaff before the wind, and let the angel of the Lord chase them. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord persecute them. For without cause have they hid for me in their net, in a pit which without cause have they digged for my soul. Let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he hath hid catch himself unto that very destruction. Let him fall. All my bones shall say, Lord, who is like unto thee, which deliverest the poor from him that is too strong for him, yea, the poor and the needy from him that spoileth him. False witnesses did rise up. They laid to my charge things that I knew not. They rewarded me evil for good to the spoiling of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned into mine own bosom. I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily as one that mourneth for his mother. But in mine adversity they rejoiced and gathered themselves together. Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me and ceased not. With hypocritical mockers and feasts they gnashed upon me with their teeth. Lord, how long wilt thou look on? Rescue my soul from their destructions, my darling from the lions. I will give thee thanks in the great congregation. I will praise thee among much people. Let them not that are mine enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with the eye that hate me without a cause. For they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. Yea, they opened their mouth wide against me and said, Aha, aha, our eye hath seen it. This thou hast seen, O Lord. Keep not silence, O Lord, be not far from me. Stir up thyself and awake to my judgment, even unto my cause, my God and my Lord. Judge me, O Lord, my God, according to thy righteousness, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, Ah, so would we have it. Let them not say, We have swallowed him up. Let them be ashamed and brought to confusion together that rejoice at mine hurt. Let them be clothed in shame and dishonor that magnify themselves against me. Let them shout for joy and be glad that favor my righteous cause. Yea, let them say continually, Let the Lord be magnified, which hath pleasure in the prosperity of his servant. And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness and of thy praise all the day long. Selah, so be it. So let it be. Amen. Ashe, ashe, ashe. What's up? What the business is? What the business do? How are you today? Let's get into our Reiki so that we can keep on going. Yes, 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 yes. I don't have a lot of time constraints this morning, so I'll be taking my time. Woo! Are you ready? Let's get ready to go. I just was looking. I have so many things written down. I'm definitely my father's child. We write things all the time, and that's important. If you are a collective or anybody like that, and you tend to have, there might be other points that might come from just you writing that one thing down. It is important and imperative that we learn how to think for ourselves again. Yes, Google, Gemini, GPT, whatever else, all that is there. Yes, 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 yes. But do not be caught paralyzed in thinking to where you cannot come up with the smallest concepts. Okay, let's go. And breathe in and breathe out. Mother, 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 no more. Break all the chains, break all the curses, break all the chains, break all the curses, break all the chains, break all the curses, break all the chains. Father, 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 no more. Break all the chains, break all the curses, break all the chains, break all the curses, break all the chains, break all the curses, break all the chains. Mercy, mercy, mercy. No more. Break all the chains. Break all the curses. Break all the chains. break all the curses, break all the chains, break all the curses, break all the chains. Mother, 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 no more. Break all the chains, break all the curses, break all the chains, break all the curses, break all the chains, break all the curses, break all the chains, break. Father, Father, Father. No more. Break all the chains. Break all the curses. Break all the chains. Break all the curses. Break all the chains. Break all the curses. Break all the chains. Mercy, mercy, mercy. No more. Break all the chains. Break all the curses. 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 And breathe. Yeah. Hopefully, you could feel that. I tried to dig a little deeper so that we could let go from our solar plexus, from our chakras, so we can understand what is the promiscuity about. Why is it I answer things with my loins? Why do I answer things with my appetite? Why do I answer things by consuming things that are not quite right with my eyes? Why do I desire these things instead of the things that would make me grow and progress? Ashe, ashe, ashe. May the Lord go with you, guide you, and protect you. Now, hopefully, you're getting the breathing done and you are not neglecting your electrolytes. Do not neglect your electrolytes. Get a banana, get some melon in your life, watermelon, honeydew, cantaloupe, all those things, and kiwis. Don't forget our kiwis. Kiwis have natural melatonin in it. Um, Melons have natural melatonin in it. There are other things that have natural melatonin in it. There are some greens, some green leafies that have that. I think it's chard. Chard. I'm not sure, but you can check. But I'm sure it has all the properties, has lots of iron in chard, and it has lots of vitamin C in chard. I know a lot of people are not into chard. Swiss chard is a great leafy green. It comes in colors. Sometimes it looks like rainbows, sometimes it's like pinkish and orangish in the stalks. Those stalks are important. Don't throw them all away if you should come across chard. What you can do to mix them up that makes them taste really good: cabbage. You can do it with cabbage because cabbage has a higher water content. You can mix them up to take away the earthiness of the chard. Some of us like the earthiness of the chard. Okay, if you are indigenous to the area, or you have Indian in your culture, you might like it with pumpkin or squash. You might like it with a bit of masala. You might like it with a hit of cinnamon in it. It all depends where you come from and how you're going to season it, right? Some people like fatback in their greens, and I'm not going to say that it's not good, but I'm not going to say that it's bad either, because some people like flavor when they're cooking. Duck fat is also an alternative fat for you to get. Duck meat has a lot of fat. I made a pecking duck last weekend. It came out wonderful. It's not even that hard to cook. The thing is, you have to be patient because duck has a lot of fat. What you can do is render some of the fat and use that instead of pork fat or fat back in your greens. Definitely keep in mind that you will have to season things to make them taste the way you want to, right? Okay. So definitely with Swiss chard, that's another green that you can switch on to. Definitely mix it with mustard greens, kale, anything. Greens are good. Don't forget to try universal seasonings. Me myself, I love Trader Joe's, but one thing you can do, if you have seasoning, um if you have like a thing where you like mixed seasonings, okay, that will handicap you. Eventually, that will handicap you if you keep using a lot of mixed seasonings. I'm telling you why is because you won't know what the hell that was that tasted like that if you don't get familiar with your seasonings. If you don't play around with separate seasonings, you won't know how to remake anything. And McCormick will definitely rob you as well as other brands that only sell mixed seasonings, is because they take advantage of the fact that you don't know what made that taste like that. A lot of people don't know sausage. The reason why sausage has that different taste is because of sage. Sage is something I don't really care for in sausages, but that's what makes sausages, the mixture of the sage. So, with that being said, get familiar with separate seasonings. I know it's great to buy Mrs. Dash and to buy all those different blends and things, but if you don't take the time to know exactly what that flavor was, what it does, what it can and cannot do for you in your health, you are not taking advantage of your seasoning cabinet the way you should, okay? So definitely remake your own seasonings and figure out your own flavor, because there might be something that you don't like, but you could go without it and you can do it yourself. But you're handicapping yourself with all these mixes. Everybody wants things done for them. And this is why people can take advantage of you, because you've gotten a bit lazy. Uh, uh, uh. Not on my watch. Okay. And pretty juice. My pretty juice for this week was pineapple, watermelon, and aloe. I know. Remember the aloe drinks that we were so crazy about because somebody already gave it to us mixed up? Right. You can do your own thing. Buy yourself some aloe, get yourself your desired fruits, and some vegetables. Don't forget, vegetables, you can drink those too. And it's a lot easier to get more vegetables in if you're drinking them. And it's great to mask them with fruits because fruits have all the natural sugars. V8, lovely V8, wonderful V8. The only thing I didn't like about V8 is I had no control over the amount of tomato or carrot that they put in it. And this is your chance to make your own V8. That's all it is, really. They only made V8 to be really serious with you for Bloody Marys. That was supposed to go along with vodka at somebody's hangover or whatever. That was is what V8 was originally for. It's just somebody said, you know what, I'm just going to drink it because I don't want to drink alcohol anymore. And that's how we came across V8, okay? And that's that. It's lovely to share this knowledge with you sometimes on Monday. Monday. Just another manic Monday. It's over for Sunday. It's just another manic Monday. Oh, yo. Anybody remember Garfield and Friends? Sheldon. Remember Sheldon? He was the really smart egg that you only seen his feet. You only seen the chicken feet and the egg. You never seen Sheldon because he never came out of his shell. However, Sheldon was fully equipped up in there. He had everything laid out, right? He even had a ping pong machine inside of his egg. And the reason why he stayed in this egg was because he was not confident to come out. He had everything in the world to offer the world. He was smart, intelligent, and he had resources. However, he stayed in his shell because he felt protected in his shell. There are a lot of people who have stayed in their shell, and they're trying to figure out, well, if I'm such a great person, I'm so nice, I don't do this and I don't do that and I don't do this, and they're not getting to where they want to go, is because you're staying in your shell. You're being a bit too safe. And then when you are too safe, people tend to take advantage of you being so predictable and you wanting to be safe. So people will take everything that you're hiding, that you won't come out and do yourself, and they'll just study you and gain off of that, because they know you don't want to be on a stage. They know you don't want to be seen. And eventually that you not wanting to be seen, will people be holding you. They don't even want you to be seen because they've been living your life for you. And now you show up. They can't afford for you to show up. They've been trying to live your life for you. And this is why it's dangerous to stay in your shell too long, especially around people who are taking advantage of that very shell. See, some of the things that we see as safety are barriers. And sometimes we're holding ourselves back, all because we say we don't want to be the center of attention. I let these bitches breathe too long. And you see where it got me. Nearly in a lot of danger. I let these bitches breathe too long. Really, honestly. I could have stunted and did all my thing. I could have stepped on next long time ago. But the thing about it is, I always wanted to be reasonable. And this is what happens when a person takes advantage of you being in the show. They say, oh, they're in the show, but they're great. So I'm just going to take their personality, I'm going to barter it as my own. And then the minute you decide you want to actually get out of your shell, now they're trying to hammer your shell shut. They're trying to duct tape your shell. They're trying to throw you in the river because you coming out of your shell would mean that they would actually have to go back in theirs and figure out who the hell they really are. And I'm going to say some people didn't have as cool of a shell as you had. They didn't have the resources. They didn't have the calcium that comes from the egg, right? They didn't have the film, the biofilm. They didn't have the membrane. They didn't come intact like you did. They actually had a very fragile shell. As soon as they came out, the thing was already cracked. So they had to abandon their shell, where you were allowed to keep your shell for a lot longer. And sure, they made fun of your shell, but they were kind of jealous of your shell because you got a chance to actually develop, and they didn't. They came out brain all exposed, bones all misshapen, but they had to do it. And then they looked over and they were like, well, they're not out yet, but they're displaying some good stuff that I could use out here. And this is why you have to, at some point, come out. Come out wherever you are. Because you don't want anybody out here taking advantage of you, right? So, come on out, all right? Before they try to steal your shell and seal your shell and hawk it on the internet, because nowadays people are so blatant and so bold that they'll just put you on sale without you even knowing. You're sitting there eating crabs and shit, and then somebody comes up to you, have no idea this person has paid a whole price to be in your face. Because we're in pimping season where everybody wants to be a pimp. Nobody wants to be a hoe. Yeah. A lot of people come here because I say the quiet part out loud. And I'm going to keep saying it because obviously someone needs to hear it. And I've been in my shell too long, and other people have been coming around me and repeating things that I said, but they have no spunk for it because they've just been copying my words. So now it's time for me to actually show you exactly where they got that wit from, where they got those angles from, why they're so hard on me, why they're so hard up to try to get to me and keep you away from me, because you're going to find out that they're a hypocrite, that they're an imposter. You're going to find out that they were gatekeeping me the whole time because they didn't never want you to find out that they were really copying my whole likeness. And once I realized that people were benefiting off of my whole entire likeness and then throwing dirt on my name, I still have yet to come across some of the things that people said that they've come across because I don't look for them. I know eventually they'll just fall into my lap. But yeah, so definitely that. So be aware. Don't be like Sheldon or be like Sheldon, because I remembered him. All right, so it's written all over your face. Hey, you don't have to say a word. Dun, dun, dun. You smile, you smile, you smile, you smile for me. It's something better than I have. So that's the Rude Boys and Gerald Levert. I'm thinking that's the Rude Boys and Gerald Levert. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Sometimes it is written all over a person's face. Um, you don't see it, but the minute you walk in a room, you have like maybe a millisecond to catch that look. People do it. You have to pay attention. I have been looking for it and I see it and it's amazing. It's usually like you walk in a room and they're like real fast. Or you walk in a room and they're like real fast. Or you walk in a room and they're like real fast. It'd be real fast. You'd be like, did I just catch that? I just caught the hate. I caught the hate in transition. I caught that. And it don't be nothing. You just be walking in. Most time my little head be just because I be just thinking. Oh my goodness. And you catch that look and you're like, oh my gosh. That's danger. Danger! Watch your back. Get on the floor. The ninja right here. Sing it. Been so long. We've been gone. So deep. So good. What it is, what it's gonna be. All right. Okay, so when it comes to the scammers offense, I think this is what I had happen as far as when they finish getting rid of all the scammers and the frauds. And I mean, they'll never get all rid of all of them because some of them are them. So they're not going to get rid of themselves. So when it comes to getting it less down so that they can be the only ones doing it. All right, so I think this is the best plan for it going forward after they get all that shit out of the way. They need to pay us more money as a living wage. I think I think our new minimum wage should be like $25 an hour, right? Stick with me. And then I think they need to just make things cheaper again so that we can get on even ground again. Nobody's going to get on even ground with the shit so high and the money so low. We need a little bit of even ground here. So they need to pay us more and they need to just make the shit cheap again, okay? Lessen it so that we can get even ground. Because if they plan on putting us on a whole other system, you're going to need to get people out of the lurch, or you're still going to have slavery happening. You're still going to have people say, hey, my debt is too big. And then people are going to still take advantage of that. So you need to just lessen that whole gap and give people a time to get everything even, which means that maybe the school lunches should not. No, don't make the dollar strong. The dollar is not strong. The dollar is the problem. The dollar is why people are getting mollywopped and pissed off and popped upside the damn head. It's because the dollar is stronger than the fucking man. And that's the problem. The goddamn money is deemed too strong for actual man. And that's the issue. Bring the bills down. Make the potato chips back to 25 cents. Okay. Make the candy bars back to 75 cents. They used to be 50 cents. Make them 75 to 80 cents. Bring back real juice. Let us grow fruit. Let us sell fruit. We'll pay taxes on produce like we used to, but you have to let us grow it and sell it. Okay. So, like I said, and make school cheaper. Private schools, why do we have all of these nonprofits, but we still paying for school? It's like stuff like that. We got to figure this shit out. I can sit down and think, I can sit down and write it down, but I don't have time right now because I got too many scarce mind people chasing me for a little bit of pain. And all I want to do is pay my bills and keep creating. But we got to get them out my way first so that I can help with this whole infrastructure thing. Can't do that when they keep threatening my infrastructure. Problem. There in case in point. Okay, so, like I said, pay us more. Pay us more. Make things cheaper or more reasonable so that people can catch up. And then we can have a talk about what's going on. People will do less scamming and fraud and less stealing if they could afford to live and be satisfied. The thing is, things have been kept so much in sparsity that no one actually believes in satisfaction. So when you got one person living next to a person making $100,000 to press one button all day versus a person making $50,000 and they got to do all manner of shit, go ladders, damn near break their head, all that stuff all day, that is discouraging. You're paying a person to press one button $100,000. Yes, I know they had to go to school and all of that for that. But see, this is the thing. You're making other people feel like they're above certain things when everybody out here trying to make money. It's too much disparity in these actions. So this is how the scam and the fraud comes up, is because once this $50,000 maker bump their head, crush their skull, hurt their pelvis, rack up bills in the medical system on top of still having living bills. And the only thing you have to worry about is straining your finger. Making $100,000 a year, they're going to start planning things in their head because of the disparity. This is why you can't let them live together. Or you have to bring something to an even front. Now, I'm not saying that the person pressing the button that's making $100,000 probably don't deserve it. But when it's such a disparity in duties and money, yeah, somebody will plot something. I've seen it on the little commercials y'all keep putting in between things. I've got to find out how much this person makes. And then they go home and talk with their spouse. Well, this is what you do. And did. Like, are you trying to program somebody to hate? Because they already hating. Now you just putting a script to it. We know this is what happens all the time. Honey, Jim makes so much money, but he never says, well, Jim's wife is hotter too. He don't never mention that part. And I think Jim might like his kids. They never get to that part where they talk about the kids. They always just come home and talk about Jim's money, but in the back of their mind, they like, shoot, Jim got a hot wife, and I don't know whether he got no kids or not. We don't even care. And this is how comparison lacks all the facets, all the facts, all the things that make the thing fair or not fair. So even though the $100,000 guy with the one button might have student loans, might have a bad back, might be on medication, might have actually did something in life to deserve to sit there making $100,000 pressing the one button. This guy who lives a hard life and making $50,000 is going to get into his head that shit's unfair, not knowing what that one button person is doing to make that $100,000. And this is why people need to be paid more and make things a little cheaper so that they can chill on other people. Because people have lost reasoning. They don't understand that there might be a reason why that person can make that money and do a lot less. Maybe this person has already worked their hard life and now they can live a softer life pressing that one button. And this is where people forget. Everybody's journey is different. But what would make it a lot more easier and a lot less thievier would be for some people to actually be satisfied with their life. People would like to work this one job and go home and live some semblance of a life with one job. Now people have to work two, three jobs, five hustles, and all this other kind of stuff, not realizing that raising kids is a job. Taking care of the home is a job in itself, especially if that's what you have to do, and you have to do it around other human beings constantly messing up and using clothes and eating and dishes and dirtying up the floor. All of that got to be cleaned a lot, especially for things to work right and people not to end up with diseases and hepatitis and end up all jacked up. So all these things work together. I think I saw an article where it says that they're going to start making stay-at-home mom generational shapers, because honestly, a lot of us, if you had to be truthful, we should be paid by somebody for being up in here. Because if we don't be up in here, the whole house fall apart. The whole thing falls apart if there's nobody to mind the house. That's just the same way a CEO. A CEO is basically a stay-at-home business person. A stay in a business person. That person's whole job is to manage the budget, know who's going in and out them rooms, know who's coming in the building, knows about security, knows about resources, knows about supplies, knows about the books. And this is what a stay-at-home mom basically is. She's the CEO of the home. And if she's the only one in the home, she's the worker and the CEO, and she's the chief officer. She's everything, and the janitor. So yes, I really do feel like it should be a payable job, because guess what? If nobody goes in these homes and does it, then that created other jobs, right? Like CPS, right? Then that created other jobs like Mary Maids, right? Most of the people that are doing maid services for a living are pissed because after they finish doing maid services, they still got to go home and clean their homes. Imagine that. And caregivers, imagine having to go, you have to get up out of your bed, give care to yourself, your home, and then go out of your house and then go to somebody else's house. Watch all their family get up and leave while you take care of them, and you still got to go back home at the end of the day and take care of yourself and your peoples again. So you done did 3 8-hour jobs if you happen to be in that field. So there's a lot being taken for granted. There's a lot that we are not considering, and there's a lot that can be adjusted so that we can actually live a little easier and stop breaking up our folks and ourselves as much. All right, so excuse me while I PMS. Sorry, pop my shit. A lot of you ninjas balls didn't drop. A lot of y'all mothers is akin to y'all balls. I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why I'm gonna say that is akin to y'all balls, because that's the only damn thing y'all stand on. If your balls is fragile as eggs, why do you take them everywhere? Why do you display them and you let people touch them? If they fragile as eggs, you don't want them dropped though. And this is why I say, that's why a lot of y'all mamas is akin to y'all balls, is because that's the only time you protect her, is when you feel like she's under threat. But honestly, you put her everywhere. You slapping her on everything. Really. You like to do the things that keep you comfortable, but you don't keep her safe. And that's exactly how y'all treat y'all balls. Y'all will wear underwears with holes in them just because y'all comfortable, but it ain't protecting y'all balls. And this is why I say y'all treat So this is why, ladies, you have to really be careful with the way a man treats his mother, because they're going to treat him akin to their balls. And if you know that man don't stand on nothing But his balls, you already know how that's going to be. Every time he can't get over on you, he going to run back to his mama. Even though he disrespect his mama, even though he's going to treat you just as he's going to basically transmute everything that he can't do to his mama on you, because that's the only time she going to get respect is when he can't respect you. So like I said, y'all treat your mama akin to y'all balls. And that has been a next moment. Work. I know I say the quiet part out loud, real loud now, because too many people have gotten away with trying to reiterate what I'm saying, but they don't make my point. All right. So we've got some astro matrix here, and we're going to keep going because the sun is coming soon. It is now 5:37 for anyone who is getting away from the time and the time is getting away from them. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hopefully you did not miss the Reiki and you were able to visualize your release of something that you remembered that quite didn't go off well. Right, 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 right. The King of New York. There's somebody who, excuse me, they denounced their Christianity. They went into Muslimhood, but they went in, why did you become a Muslim? Just to become still a meth head and a crackhead? I'm trying to figure out. I don't think that religion says yay to illicit drugs neither. But you did both. You did both. You need to pick a struggle. Yes, something like that. Knight of Swords. I got Scorpio out here. This is where we're starting. We got the lovers out here. We got Scorpio lovers. So we've got passionate love out here. Illusions and dreams. Okay, so somebody's the Knight of Swords. Okay, I got Scorpio and the lovers out here. I've got a 7 and a 6 out here, which makes it a 13. So definite transformation. Somebody's got to kill the illusion of love. Okay, somebody's got to die to that. Okay, that's got to be put to the side. I don't know why. 76. 76, somebody born in 76. So that's somebody that would be in their 50s. Uh-huh. It's the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups has illusions here. It's the Knight of Swords, the White Knight of Swords. This is the Astro Matrix deck. I usually do the pink deck, but for some reason I was called to the Astro Matrix decks because I wanted to see what the people look like. This person is fair skinned. They may be Asian, may have longer hair. Might be athletic. Knight of Swords, 7 of Cups, and I got the lovers. This is an interracial couple. Knight of Swords. I don't know why I'm taking so long to look for this Knight of Swords thing, but it's because I'm looking at the pictures as well. Interesting. Interesting. Why is that like that? Okay, so the Knight of Swords is change is hard to accept, but it takes you to your useful potential and reap the fruit of your labor. Feeling very ambitious, having super focused attention, being polite, being gentle. So is somebody going hard? And it's something toward the illusion of love. They feel as though love will put them on. Oh, okay. Almost like a gold digger, a man gold digger. He wants somebody to put him on. There's a man that's seeking love, but he's not seeking love for the advantage of love. He's seeking love for the advantage of riches. So there's a male gold digger out here that wants to get into a relationship to secure the bag. Basically, this is a man who is looking for security in a relationship. Take what resonates, sun, moon, rising. 7 and a 6, that's Scorpio and Gemini. So yeah, be careful. You have someone out here, they may actually be looking for love, but they're really looking for security. So they would actually trade the security more for love. So you have a situation where it may not be long term, especially if they look and they find somebody who they feel as though is more secure. So be careful with that. Use your discernment. There is somebody who is looking for a partner to secure the bag. That is the main reason for the love, is to secure the bag. Now they might love you. I'm not going to count that out, but they love you a lot more if you had a lot more. Okay, so this is what somebody wants, and this is 13. So maybe somebody has to ixnay that plan because this is a 13. That's death and transformation. Maybe somebody's realizing that they are a gold digger and they maybe need to go and find something else to do. All right, so that was Scorpio. Let's keep it going. All right, Sagittarius, how are you? Congratulations to those who have had birthdays, birthday parties, new weddings. Congratulations. And condolences to those who have taken losses. I have been hearing the ambulances. Some of y'all is not unhappy that these people are sick. Some of y'all actually did it. But we're not going to have that conversation. Sagittarius, here we go. Seven chariot, four swords, two of cups. Okay, lots of offers coming out. Okay, so somebody's trying to get cuffed, or some, what is this, the new cuffing season? People need somebody to pay for the day out, the outfit of the day. What the hell is going on? Okay, so we got the 70, which is a chariot, fast moving. Someone wants to switch health. Watch out if you have allergies. Pay attention to going inside of hot buildings and air conditioning back and forth. Don't want to get you susceptible to any pneumonia or anything of that nature. Don't shy away from water, your antioxidants, and if you take allergy medicine, start taking them and keep them consistent because you're going to need to build up. All right, so we got the 7, which is the chariot. We got the 4 swords, which would make that the 11, and then we got the 2 of cups, which would make that a 13 again. So something's coming to where somebody's going to go through a rest period. Somebody's going to need to get some rest or rest period. Either someone is trying to destiny swap with you, or, and it's fast coming. Oh, somebody's about to switch sides. Somebody's about to go through a reversal. Somebody's about to go through a destiny swap reversal. Something has backfired almost. Damn. All right, so somebody's going to need some rest. Somebody's going to go into a rest period because they are getting their mojo back, all of their things back, because they have now undoubtedly come out of their shell. They've done the Sheldon. Okay, that's what's up. All right, so we've got the 13. There's death and transformation. So somebody's about to get their star back because someone was out here fronting and stunting in their energy, and they are no longer able to sustain it, and it is coming to an end. That is 13. 7 plus 4 is 11. Plus 2 is 13. That is death and transformation, which means someone's foundation is coming down while somebody is able to build from strong from the foundation that they had in the first place. They just let somebody play in their face. All right, there you go. Death and transformation to that person. That is Sagittarius. Oh, poor little tank. You had to give it all back. You thought you were just going to take it, didn't you? You just thought you were going to take it. So petty. Anyway, let's keep it going. How you doing, Capricorn? What's up? What's up? Do you have clear eyes? Do you have clear eyes? I love that cartoon. I mean, that not cartoon, commercial. Where's the cartoon coming from? All right, so 8 of Cups, 20 Judgment, 2 of Swords. And that's going to be a 30, which means the creator has definitely stepped in. So 8 of Cups is escapism, trying to get away, going into the wilderness, still with cups though. Then we've got Judgment. So someone's trying to escape with the little bit of money they've got or put up to the side. Someone's trying to get the out of Dodge. We've got a Pisces here, we've got Judgment here, and we've got the 2 of Swords, which is a Libra. We've got blind decisions, blind faith. Someone is actually shooting in the dark. They're just doing whatever they can because they're trying to secure something as they go away. Someone wants to hide and they want to take some money with them to hide. Someone is definitely going under Judgment. Here is our Phoenix card representing Judgment, which is the 20, which breaks down to a 2, which is balancing polarities. So while somebody's trying to get out of Dodge, there is someone who is having blind faith, and they're going to have to make some hard decisions by themselves because someone is definitely headed for the hills and they ain't trying to answer a damn thing. All right, under Judgment, Make a decision. So somebody's definitely lost whoever their mentor, their guide, their coach is, because their coach is trying to get the hell out of Dodge and distance themselves away from them, as this person has to make a decision. Hopefully you choose yourself. If you don't, hey, we all got lessons to learn. You just got to live long enough. All right, that was Capricorn, and I got that 8 to the 20 to the 2, and that is 30, which means the creator is going to step in. That is divine intervention. Hopefully you answer the call, because if you don't, boy, I'd hate to see what happens if that goes to voicemail. Anyway, let's keep it going. Come on, Aquarius. What's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I ain't come to coddle you, but I came to tell the truth. All right, so we've got the 8 of Wands, which is lots of wishes and opportunities, things up here. Then we've got the World card, which brings that to a 29, which makes that 11. And then we've got the Queen of Swords, and it's still going to be 11, which is highly intuitive. And why are we going here again today? Is because people are not only in their feelings, they're in their head, and they're trying to get a game plan together. So all of these opportunities, and this is the world, this represents all what? This, let's see, this got the head, this got the eagle, this got the bull, and this has got the lion. The maiden, the eagle, the bull, and the lion. Somebody's got the whole world on their back. Okay. And then we got the Queen of Swords, which is unbiased, judgment, nurturing, and everything of that nature, but she will cut you off. So someone's got opportunities. They've got the world as their oyster, and they've also got the choice and boundaries to be able to cut someone off. This is the Aquarian energy here, and it is an 11, and 11 goes into 2, and that means that the polarities are balancing. The world is balancing. What goes up must come down. What was right must be wrong. So people are trying to figure out what's going on, but we've got the Sagittarius energy out here. We've got Jupiter energy out here, and I see no wrong in this. All right, so take it easy as the world gets right. GZ. All right, get it together, get it together. It's a recession. Everybody broke. So I just came back to give everybody hope. All right, all right, all right. So by way of the Lord, the creator, he's going to show you all what the program is and what the business do. You all thought that the program was in your control, but God has to show you that he's still in control. He just let y'all play around a little bit. And that was Aquarius. Divine intervention is taking place. The polarities are balancing. Something has been out of whack for way too long, and things are getting right. Okay. And that's the only way to go, because things have been led astray for way too many, 3 to 4 decades. For 3 to 4 decades, we have been led by fraudsters, scammers, the Steiners, the Epsteiners, the whatevers. We've been run through that. We've been run straight through. They have spiritually and systematically um, stripped us of pretty much everything, kidnapped everything from us spiritually and socially. So we've got to get some of that stuff back, because if we don't return back to the basics, we won't have anything to make complex. All right, so Ace of Cups is mental clarity, and Two of Wands, looking off into the distance. You see, balancing choices, looking off into the future, looking back into the past, hindsight, foresight, wanting to soar, high expectations, stagnation. We've got the Hanged Man. That's 12. That turns into a 3. That is the trine. That is a 120-degree. So somebody is very clear as to what they have to do. They have choices to make. As we saw in that other reading, someone is basically stuck. Yes, they are enlightened. Yes, they know that they can do better. But right now they are paralyzed by choices, and sometimes having too many choices can paralyze you and leave you without a move because you have too many moves. My suggestion to this particular person is choose yourself, whatever that means. All right. You're going to have the day you deserve. So then we've got the two of wands plus the hanged man that is 14, which goes into temperance, which turns into a 5, which means that there will be unexpected changes no matter what. All right. So that just means whatever your choices are, you will have to deal with the fallout and you will be accountable for whatever choice you do make. And I think this is what makes this person paralyzed is because they know that regardless of where they move, whether it be right or wrong, they still have to deal with the fallout and the consequences. And that is what called being an adult is. Do not jump out there. Do not jump off the porch until you're ready to handle the decisions you make. A lot of adults, unfortunately, have been out here shucking and jiving and dodging and bobbing and weaving the consequences of things that they know are supposed to happen. It is going to happen. You have not outran your karma. So this is what keeps a person from not making the decision is because they know that they will have to deal with consequences once a decision is made. And this is what happens if you study too long, you're going to study wrong. If you do not make a decision will eventually be made for you. Be easy with the universe. All right, so let's get into Pisces. That was Aquarius. There you go. Yikes. There's a 3 of swords at the bottom of this thing. So somebody is definitely losing heart, losing. They're probably getting anxiety or something. Somebody's probably very anxious, heartbroken. They are definitely under judgment. All right, Pisces. Woo, why do we got this 8 of wands back out here? We got this queen of swords back here. And we got a queen of swords and a queen of cups. We only got 8. So we've got queens out here. We've got one cutting off and we've got one looking into the distance. Not unless it's the same one who's actually cutting people off, procuring the opportunities. And this lady looks so happy. All right, Pisces lady. Okay, this Pisces Sagittarius with a lot of opportunities and birds. So this is a lot of communication. There is a lot of communication that is causing this Queen of Swords to turn into this Queen of Cups. Oh, shucks now. So we have an entirely very intuitive, divine feminine out here with Pisces energy in Sagittarian, which means that there is true and precise communication coming towards you. I can see by the blue birds. This is a delivery, whether it may be from the male, blue birds, male, Twitter, social media, or male. There's some type of communication that's going to cause this Queen of Swords to turn into this Queen of Cups. Keep your eye out for phone calls, mail. There might even be a person that's coming to deliver this, or you might get it via a message. So somebody's going to get some great news soon. The Queen of Swords is going into the Queen of Cups. Apparently, cutting people off is good. You see that? All right. Go ahead, Pisces lady. We're talking North Node, not South Node. You South Nodians, you get back. You better sit down. All right. So let's go, Aries. Let's go, Aries. Let's go. We started off in Scorpio, so we'll be ending off in Libra. All right, so we've got a 10 of swords in Aries, and we've got the hanged one, and then we have the 2 of wands. We've got the judges here. I call them the judges because the vultures, let me tell you something about judges. They look high, but they live low. A lot of times they're in bed or they're in cahoots with the very criminals that they are sentencing. And this is why I said that they're the judges here. So there might be a dog eat dog world out here because it looks like the judges might have to cut somebody's head off who they previously might have breathed life into or flew high for. So someone's on the chopping block of the judges. Okay. And we've got Gemini, we've got a trine here, and then we've got the Two of Wands, which is Aries, and we are indefinitely in the Aries reading. So Gemini, trine, and Aries. So there might be a lot of air, might be a lot of communication because Gemini is the master of communication, Mercury, and connections and things of that nature. And it is also reciprocation. So looks like somebody received swords in their back, and in order to receive swords in your back, you might have thrown swords out there. So this is reciprocation in Gemini, right? What did you do to deserve to be a shish kebab? Because those are 10 swords. Those are 10 swords. 10 of Boston spades. Yikes. All right, so we've got the 12, which is the Hanged Man. So someone's definitely caught up in the light. And yeah, they've got to just hang out here because they've been hung out to dry. And in the far distance, they're thinking about hindsight and foresight, how they could have avoided all that shit. It's funny to me. It might not be funny to you. All right, so then we got the 10 and the 12, which makes that a 22. And then we've got another 2. Eat them up. We've got 22, then we've got the Two of Wands, and that makes that the 24, which makes that a 6, which is equal give and take to the universe. If you give ass, you get ass. Yikes. It might be funny to me. It ain't gonna be funny to you. All right, so we've got that 24 turned into a 6. Like I said, it was 10 and a 12 and a 2. 10, 12, 2. All right, for some of you, if you might have a landlord that you've never met. You may not understand why certain things happen at your house, why your bills go up and down, why there are certain charges. It's because your landlord might be a scammer or her man might be a scammer and you don't know how your information may be getting into your man's hand. Well, if you have a landlord who deals with somebody who is non-committal, 9 times out of 10, she's the conduit for him to go and be with other women. She does not know this. And that's the secret right then and there. And that's probably why all sorts of things are happening. He's probably running through her residence because they're his personal wallet. He has a black card is because he has all of her residence information. And they run scams on them too. And if they should ever become incompliant, even though they don't even know that they're compliant with something, they mysteriously disappear. It's because your landlord is not the landlord that you see. And this is why people usually use third parties for stuff like that, because they be laying around with bums. And surprised when the bum takes off with someone who has less than them is because they know exactly what happens with bums because they're bum themselves. They've studied this shit. All right. And this is why a lot of you should actually be careful when you meet women that actually have money. Don't treat them bad. They have money for spell work, and they also have dangerous boyfriends who won't mind putting you, your life, and your credit in trouble. All right? Be careful. Be the nice guy she meets that changes her life, that makes her not want to be with a scammer or a fraudster anymore. Be that type of guy. And maybe you might secure yourself a baddie with a bag. See, most baddies with a bag, they don't start off inherently evil. They meet a bunch of guys who try to take them through the gamut, try to rob them, try to steal, try to screw their daughters, and try to have sex with their sons. Yeah, they try to do all of that. And this is how they end up evil and turn into witches and get the poison in you and sending their boyfriends after you and sending their sons after you and sending the hood niggas after you. It's because y'all go out here and y'all play with people, not realizing that the world is around and things are reciprocal. So if y'all stop playing with people, maybe people will stop playing with you. That's for somebody who actually wants real love. Yeah. You might have to stop doing your bullshit so the people can stop doing bullshit to you. That's usually how that works. All right, so we got the Lovers out here, and this is for my Taurus, and then we've got the Moon, And then we've got a chariot. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 6, 18, and 7. Mm-hmm. So 6 and 7 is 13 plus 18, which would make that 11, which would be 1. Hold up. Yeah, that's 31, which makes that a 4. Hmm. 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 Okay. So, like I said, the Geminis is a reciprocal. I try to not to show the naked people, right? Oop, showed that part. Yeah. All right. So this is the Gemini lovers, right? Coming out, which is a reciprocal sign and it's communication. So the moon is out here. So something is coming fast. This is Taurus. Because the chariot is the last card. In the middle of the in the middle is the moon. And this is Taurus. So I got Gemini, Pisces, and Cancer. Gemini, Pisces, and Cancer. This is a Taurus reading. Sun, Moon, Rising. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Okay, so there's a lover that's basically coming in soon. It's like somebody is manifesting. It's like dreaming. I want to say pretending. Someone's coming in with some type of, I don't know, it's a dreamy love or pretending love or an imagination, something about a mad imagination. It's like an illusion or something. Not unless somebody is coming in to pretend that they're in love soon, or somebody's coming in with a fake love offer. Because this is what it looks like. It looks like somebody's coming in with a fake love offer really, really soon. They want it to look like love, but it's really not love. It's whatever it is. I don't know what it is. I can't say what it is till they get there, but this is a chariot. So it's fast moving. Premonitions, usually the dog and the wolf. It's a dog and a wolf, and there's a little lobster, like it always is in the moon. So it's giving illusions to me. Not unless somebody's doing a payback, because that's the only thing I can think of. So here's the possibility that I have right here, because this is a little confusing to me. All right, so I got the lovers, the moon, and the chariot, right? The lovers are reciprocal. The moon, that's illusions, that's dreams, that's premonitions. Maybe someone wants to cast an illusion that they're in love, or maybe somebody wants to draw the picture in love, or maybe someone has been dreaming in love. Maybe someone's dream is to be in love, or maybe you are someone's dream come true. Okay, that's what it is. Someone's dream come true is to be in love. That's in Taurus. And that's why that's a 4. Someone has always been a lover boy or lover girl, and this is what their dream is, to be in love. So maybe this is fast coming towards somebody that actually found somebody who they can actually be in love with. Oh, that makes more sense now. Okay, so somebody who's actually been a lover, a lover man or a lover girl all their life, it's about to happen. Someone's about to get the love of their life. They're going to get the love that they dreamed of. Bam. I don't know why that was so confusing. I didn't mean to show that card again. The lovers, the moon, and the chariot. So someone's probably going to get the love that they have always dreamed of. And that's positive, that's good, and they've been thinking about it. This person was made for love. And that's a big responsibility. I pray that goes the way that they want it to go. Someone has been made for love. They've been a lover person all their life. And unfortunately, they haven't come across the source yet, but it's coming. It's coming. From the cards, that's what it says. It's coming. Hold tight. Hold tight. You are not crazy. There is love for you. You just have to be patient. There is a Boaz. There is a Boaz for your, there's a roof too. All right, Page of Wands. That is fresh, new perspective, passionate going forward. Let's see what the next few cards are. We're in Gemini. And then we've got the Six of Wands. And then we've got the Five of Swords. That is an 11, which is highly intuitive. So we got fresh perspective. We've got public recognition, give and take to the universe. So the universe sees you. You are seeing the universe. So you are coming out. This is your coronation. And the Five of Swords, which means, oh boy, the Five of Swords in Aquarius just means that you need to not drop your guard. Right now, you are stepping into new territory and you need to be on point, be on pivot, because you don't want things to go awry. You are stepping into your new stardom. That means that people will start recognizing you, like, and you're going to, this is new. You're going to be seeing things in a different light. You're going to have to be able to accept the fact that people that you don't know will be more in tune with you than you are with them. And this is telling you to just keep your guard up, because you still have enemies out here. You still have people that do not want to see you survive. They don't want to see you love, live, and light. They don't want to see that. But there are people out here that do love you and want to see you. You just have to use discernment. You see, some of these weapons are up and some of these weapons you're able to put down because you've already got people walking away, right? So just remember to use discernment. We know people are going to say they love you, and the same people are going to say they love you. Some of them are going to hate you, and some of them are going to be for real. So you're going to have to use your discernment, okay? Welcome to the new light, okay? Yeah. There are people that are going to love you. There are people that are going to hate you, and they're going to be speaking the same words. So you're going to have to definitely use your discernment. Know about actions, know about hands, know about body language. You're stepping into a new realm. When you become somewhat of a celebrity in your life or well known, everything seems to look the same, but they're not the same, okay? Use discernment. That's for Gemini. Congratulations on your new walk in life. This is 11. Stay prayed up. Keep your intuition sharp. Do not let your guard down, because people are waiting for that. There are people that train for you to let your guard down so that they can get up in there and get what they need and get the hell out. Okay? So don't lose yourself in transmission. All right, we got Cancer pulling up, pulling up. It is 6:08 for anyone who needs to know this. Oh, Ace of Cups. We've got clarity. We've got mastering of skills. And we've got the Nine of Swords. So somebody wasn't able to, or what's going on? Because we've got the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is pain, anxiety, sleepless nights, not liking this shit at all. All right, so we've got mental clarity here in this Ace of Cups. We've got water. We got a dove. We've got a little bit of peace. We've got everything. We've got regulated nerves. It looks great over here, right? Because this water looks chilled. It looks refreshing. It looks like something you would like to bathe in and go around. Yeah, it looks like a bird bath. Beautiful, right? Then we've got the Eight of Pentacles, Virgo, which is mastering of skills, mastering your work, the things that you do. Yeah. And then we've got this Nine of Swords here, which is in Gemini, which is reciprocal. So someone is getting a Nine of Swords. They're feeling betrayed. Being as though it's coming under the Gemini situation, they must have sent out some. So this is what happens when you get it back. So this is a backfire. Somebody tried to betray someone and now they're feeling betrayed. Okay, so this is mental clarity. As someone masters their skills, someone is definitely feeling betrayed by someone's glow up. So someone's butthurt that you actually did something for yourself, so they feel some kind of way because you don't feel no kind of way. And that's just their problem. Okay, so we've got the 8 and the 9, which is 89. Somebody born in 89 or 98, whoever they are, they need to live a little longer to figure this shit out. Okay, so yeah, somebody's got to get over it. Nobody's gonna not self improve so that you could feel good about yourself. Maybe you should go and self improve. All right, so we've got an 8 and a 9, which is a 17, which is the star, which turns into an 8, which is karma. Yep, it's not anyone else's task to not grow so that you could feel like you grew. Some people will actually stagnate you so that they can feel better about being a bum in life instead of actually just going to go do something. Like, it's weird. It's weird. Live long enough, you'll see it. All right, so that's a 17 turned into an 8, and that is karma. Somebody wanted you to stop your life so that they can proceed and feel great about theirs, but that's not your problem. All right, there you go. There you go. That was that. Ooh, shooks. Shooks. That was Cancer. Yep. So there's a Cancer that is stagnated in life, and they just decided that they were just going to stop everybody else from getting forward in life because they've got the Peter Pan syndrome. And that's just not our problem. Not our problem. That's just not our problem. It's just not. All right, so let's go with Leo. And Leo, that's so embarrassing. I hate it when the devil comes out, right? Ooh, and death too. What the hell is you? Ooh, and five. Ooh. Woo! You fighting bees in life. What's going on with you? What's going up? What's eating Gilbert grape? It looks like life. The devil, death, and 5 of Pentacles. I would not want to be this person at all or in this person's energy. This don't look good. All right, so you got the devil, which is obsession, fixation, deadlock, addictions. Oh gosh, it's just not no good. It's no good here. Addictions, poverty, lack mindset, scarcity. Jeez, are there enough words for this guy? No, never. No. Don't mind me. I'm just over here chilling. All right, so do not get carried away with material pleasures. These timely pleasures can make you feel powerless and entrap you in profound loss and depression, overcoming dependency, releasing toxic behaviors. All right, so that's the Capricorn, and that's the Debo. So we're going to get out of that card because there's so many words to describe that. It's scary. All right, so then we've got the Death right here, and that is plant the seed of a bright future. The universe is at your side to steer you towards stability, security, and receiving a good yield. Spiritual transformation, personal evolution, overcoming your ego, or inner purging. All righty, so that's death and transformation for Scorpio. So we've got Capricorn and Scorpio out here, and then we've got this 5 of Pentacles, which is out in the cold, and this is Taurus. And looks like there's a lot of daggone problems. Can you pick a struggle here? Because this is raggedy. Somebody is raggedy out here. You might be feeling left out and rejected at this moment. Remember, nothing lasts forever. Yeah, this too shall pass. Eventually, it shall pass. How much shit is you racked up? You got support and kindness of cosmos with you. Yeah, go with God because apparently nobody is with you. Navigating isolation, overcoming adversity. Okay. So someone's 5 of Pentacles. They're out in the cold, and it's by design of their own. They have made decisions that have definitely put them out of favor with God and the group that they want to be with. Okay, so they're going to have to deal with what they got going on, take accountability, and go forward. This too shall pass, but they're going to have to stay out in the wilderness until they're able to come out of the cold by their own hand and not by anyone else's. You're going to go, this is the wilderness for someone. Someone's finding out that the karma that comes with being a people pleaser, that's coming from being a validation person and being an attention whore. That whole look at me thing does not work when you become an adult, because some people, you don't need looking at you. You don't want them looking your way. And someone has inherently found that out. Yeah, you don't want to be the life of the party unless you got a life. And When you got a life, you have the option to leave the party, and somebody stayed at the party and did not create a life. Okay, so take what resonates. They've got 15 and 13, which makes that a 28 plus 5, which would make that a 28 plus 5 would make that a 33. Oh boy, somebody's getting the rudest awakening of their life. Yeah, you're going to need to go with God, go within, get some help, support. There's a lot you're going to have to do. You're going to have to do some cleansing. You're going to have to do some cutting. You're going to have to let people go and relearn your whole social makeup, because whoever you've built this existence with, they didn't give you good advice. They played in your face. They used you. They threw you under the bus. Somebody's got to relearn this whole thing called life right now, because whatever they took heed to or listened to, they got dismantled. And they did it willingly because they thought that they were on to something. All right, because this is a rude awakening. This is somebody who thought they knew everything and they found out that they know nothing at all. This is the rudest awakening a person can have. This is a tower. Go with God. That was the Leo reading. I'm out. I am out. Go with God. Someone is finding out that they ain't who they thought they was at all. At all. Take what resonates, sun, moon, rising. At all. Yeah, let me hurry up and shuffle that energy all out. Strength and resilience, 6 of cups. Boom, there you go. Woo, Virgo. Step up, Virgo. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Somebody's definitely going to need a lot of strength, and they're going to have to go deep within, because whoever they got their support system, that support system does not support them. That support system supported themselves through their lack of support. Like, they used them to support them, but they got no support at all. Hate to see that happen. Got to be more careful. I love Empress TTT. All right, so we've got Ace of Cups and we got 9 of Wands. Somebody's very clear that they're the battled warrior and they are still in conflict, be it mental or physical. Somebody's definitely getting a clear sight of how much chaos they are in and how many battles they have to keep going through. This is the Virgo, and they are in the throes of it. I see Sagittarius and I see Leo. I see 95. I see 59. Hopefully they're not 59 going through this type of bedlam at this age, but through my years, I realized that a lot of people got old. They did not grow up. They did not grow up. A lot of y'all grandparents and grandfathers, I would not be happy to say that that's my pop, my mom. I would be embarrassed to say that some of y'all is my grandparents and my grandmother. Because y'all out here just as raggedy as the kids y'all supposed to be teaching. And that shit is not cool. It's nothing cute about running into some of y'all grandparents and y'all grandmothers out in these streets. And they got the audacity to demand respect. Sir, ma'am, sir, you're not giving me nothing to respect. You're not giving the youth nothing to respect. And just because you got old don't mean that you deserve respect. I'm just telling you what the kids see, what I'm looking at. A lot of y'all don't deserve to be called my mom or grandpa because y'all didn't raise nobody to do nothing. You have nothing for nobody to gain. You have no knowledge to pass on. And the knowledge that you are passing on gonna get somebody in the same situation your ass is in right now. So I'm gonna need y'all to dial that whole respect me, I'm your elder shit back until y'all actually become some productive elders. And that's coming from me. I've been telling y'all. Some of y'all older folk just got old. Y'all didn't do anything for society but try to be complacent and get comfortable and gaslight society into continuing y'all bullshit. I'ma tell y'all, I'm sick of seeing y'all. Go sit down some damn where. The youth are watching y'all, and the reason why they raggedy is because you got a nerve to be beyond 60 and raggedy. And then you hypocritical, and every time somebody want to say something to you, oh God, oh Jesus, oh God, strike your ass down, okay? Cut the shit. Anyway, that was from Virgo, and that was from me. Cut the shit. A lot of you Virgos, a lot of you older folks who wants y'all hands clean, but y'all bathed in filth, or want y'all image clean, but your hands dirty as hell. Yeah. We not gonna keep taking advice from hypocrites, okay? Shut up. Just shut up. Taking the grandbaby, babysitting the grandbaby on the way to the meth clinic is not what I call child rearing, okay? Taking your grandbaby to go hang around the alcoholics all fucking day is not proper damn supervision. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. All right, dismissed. Hey, hi Libra, how are you? See that switch up? It was so cold. Hi Libra, how are you? How are you? And just because you retired ain't no excuse to go and get into some bullshit. Find something to do. My grandma and my grandpa, they grew gardens. When they finished, they raised their grandkids, and they grew corn and spinach and string beans that we call bodie. They grew watermelons, and we learned how to. Well, I learned. Well, I listened, make jelly and things of that nature. Yeah, that's what grandpas and grandmas used to do. Take you on rides and teach you how to live some more after they pass away. Y'all grandparents out here teaching you how to die every damn day. Every day. Couple of times. Anyway. All right. So, Libra, here we are. And we got the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. And that is the Scorpio. We've got Visions of Grandeur. We've got the Knight of Wands. Somebody's burning. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles. Oh boy, in Libra. Why the F did this come out? Okay, all right. We're going to deal with it. All right, so somebody was chasing all of these Visions of Grandeur. Chasing. Don't be stalling my stuff because you in your feelings. Don't be trying to shadow ban me because you don't want you don't like when I speak the truth. Guess what? Go somewhere and listen to the lies you've been listening to, and let me tell the truth to the people who want to listen to the truth. Here you go. So, somebody through Visions of Grandeur, they thought that they was going to get all of this by doing what they was doing, but they put their wand out there way too much, and it is on fire. I can't say that it's this big, but the fire is. All right, so somebody's smoldering, and then we've got the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles, that is equal give and take to the universe. I'm gonna tell you why. You're not supposed to run around and have sex unprotected with a lot of people and think that ain't nothing going to happen to your peck of wacko. So that is equal given to the universe. You're not supposed to be laying your trap cat open for everybody, especially the neighborhood pee. And you're not supposed to be the neighborhood pool for everybody to dip into. So when a neighborhood peen meets the neighborhood pool and they come together, it's a community affair. It's a family affair. It's a family not fair. Because them kids didn't ask to be embarrassed like that. And a lot of times there are kids involved when somebody's free and spreading their stuff like that. So all I'm going to say is, do not be surprised at the clinic. Don't be surprised at the result. Stop taking innocent people to the doctors and acting like, I didn't know I had that. Ho, you been knew you had that. You do this every time you get a new nigga because you don't know if they're going to whip your ass for burning them. Same goes for a man. Y'all need to stop that shit. Strap up, wrap up, or don't do it at all. It's not safe out here in these streets. Yeah, I'm trying to fix my eyeliner. Didn't realize it was leaking a little bit. Okay. Boom. All right. Boom. So that's that. Yeah, we're gonna get out of this energy. And that was a 7 and a 6. If somebody's born 76 or 67, or somebody laid with somebody that was born in 76, 67, I'm gonna just say it right now. If you was born in 76, you should know better. If you was born in 67, we not even gonna talk right now, because you know better. You just didn't do better. It's all right. I'm out. Hold that thought. Let me get my things back. That was the last, and that was not the least, because we started off in Scorpio. And I hope you came and you enjoyed this reading and you took some things home with you. Maybe some humility, maybe some community, maybe some forgiveness. If not for someone else, maybe some forgiveness for yourself. Remember, when things go bad, all things don't last long. It all depends on how long you was doing it. Remember, the universe will give you exactly what you put into it. So, if you don't want to reap, I don't think you should really sow. Okay? All right. So, this has been Nyx. Love you lots. Love you lots. Love you lots. Have the day you deserve. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't you know? Don't you know? I used to watch Bobby's World all the time. Canadian, right? Canadian. All right. So don't come for me because somebody paid you or sent you. I don't know how you did it. Did you charge?